Welcome inside the Edward Jones chatting cage, everybody. Matt Yaloff here. A show for you, the fan. You can get involved on video call or Twitter, but get involved, a fun way to talk to a major leaguer. And today, Trevor Hildenberger of the Twins is our guest, and he joins us right now. And Trevor, right off the bat, I got to say this. You have yet to give up a run in 2019. Are we on the same page here? Do you promise that if you go out today and give up a 3 spot, you will not blame me and this interview?
Yeah, 3 runs, I will not blame you. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 5, I'm blaming you.
Okay, sure. Good. I'm willing to take it. I will take it. Right, you know, the thing about you that strikes me video-wise is your delivery. Now, do you call it sidearm? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, I call it sidearm. Some people call it submarine. I don't think I'm that far down, so sidearm is usually the term I use.
Okay, and where did that come from? How did that happen?
It was my 3rd year in college. I went to Cal, and I played 5 years there. After my 3rd year, I hadn't pitched much. I had 12 innings total, and I wasn't very effective. I wasn't super competitive, so when I was waiting to throw a bullpen, one of my teammates had wore the wrong practice jersey out, and he was usually number 20, and I think he was wearing 37. And my pitching coach at the time asked, Jones, why are you wearing 37? When I see 37, I picture a big power-hitting corner outfielder. And I said, oh, that's interesting. Like, what do you see when you see number 26, which was my jersey number? And he said, oh, there was a sidearmer from UCLA, David Berg, who's number 26, and there was actually a sidearmer from Washington who's number 26 too. Have you ever tried throwing a bullpen that way? And I said, no. He goes, all right, step up, do it right now. And it felt natural, and I was throwing relatively close to the strike zone. So he said, all right, that's how you throw now. Go off to summer ball, go through some growing pains. And I started taking weightlifting and diet a little more seriously. I put on some weight and was able to find some consistency. That's
amazing. So it was kind of by luck, I guess you could call it, that happened.
Yeah, if it wasn't for my bonehead teammate, I wouldn't be here.
So do you think that you are in MLB because of that?
It's tough to say if I ever would have made it without that, if I ever would have made that transition to sidearm. But I think it was a perfect mix of timing and opportunity and hard work put in.
Wow. Well, you went to Berkeley. You talked about that for a second. So obviously you got the brains as well as athletic ability. What did you study there?
I studied American film and media.
And what was your goal if you did not play baseball?
If I didn't play baseball, I was wanting to become a film critic when I graduated college. Since then, I've realized that that's not what I want to do. But something in the movie industry would be amazing. So are you a movie buff? Yeah, I call myself a film buff.
Okay,
probably watch 2 or 3 films a week.
Okay, so give me your the genre or the type or your what you really lock in on.
Oh, thrillers, suspense thrillers, mystery. Those get me hooked real quick.
Your favorite? What would you say that is?
Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. My favorite movie of all time.
That is, you know what? I knew I liked you. I knew it. Hitchcock, I mean, it never gets old. It's dated a little bit, but it is truly storytelling at its finest.
Oh, it's shot. It's gorgeous. The score is mesmerizing. It's an amazing film. If anyone who hasn't seen it, I highly recommend it.
I agree with you 100%. We have a video call. Let's get there right now. It's a young man wearing, I hope it's a Twins hat. It has an M. What's your name and what's your question?
My name's Jordan. I'm from Manitowoc, Wisconsin. I'm a huge Twins fan. But I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite park to play in?
Favorite park to play in is Kansas City because it's gigantic. It's a good place to pitch. And they got great clubhouse food.
Thank you for the question. We appreciate that. Great clubhouse food. And it really can vary, right, from park to park?
Yes, it can vary. Everyone around the league knows that the Yankees have some of the best spread. They have a gigantic food room and pretty much anything you could dream of. But my favorite is Kansas City.
Uh,
Great
you-
barbecue on getaway days. Every getaway day is great barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue in the Midwest. I guess it goes together. You said the park is gigantic, right? It helps you. Talking about gigantic, you got guys on your team. Pineda, he weighs 260. Cruz, 230. Crone, 235. Gibson is 6'6". That's like a football locker room.
Yeah, we got some big boys, for sure. And Trevor May's no small kid either. He's sneaky, like 6'5", 250. So we definitely got some grown men in that clubhouse.
Yeah, you definitely do. Hey, you got a new manager. The difference between Baldelli and Molitor, in your opinion, what is the biggest difference?
Rocco's really, really laid back. I think Molly was a really good manager and very communicative and very approachable, but he was a little tough to read sometimes. He's a little stoic in the clubhouse and in the dugout, and Rocco's much easier to read and to know when he's in a good mood or a bad mood.
And I guess you like to know that, right? Some people like to know where they stand, and they don't like to have to think about what their boss is thinking about. That's exhausting,
Yeah.
I would think, right?
Yeah, it's not something you try to worry about all the time, but it's something that definitely crosses your mind.
You know, I want to go off topic here completely because I understand that you have a really good story as it relates to your engagement. Can you tell that?
Yeah, sure. I got engaged last July 14th. It was here in Minneapolis. I took my fiance, or my then girlfriend, out to a place called Wyzetta. It was really hot. I tried to wear a nice shirt and nice jeans, and I was sweating profusely. But we got, the place we went, I didn't make reservations, so we didn't eat there originally. Went to a different place. I got a small bite to eat, and I wanted to do it more private, not a ton of people around. I kind of wanted to just be an intimate moment between the two of us, and we couldn't find any place that people weren't. It was like a Friday night. People were everywhere, especially around the lake. I tried to do it on a trail, walking around the lake. It just wasn't going to happen with hundreds of people around. So we got in the car. We tried to drive to a different spot. I didn't know where I was going, so I got lost a little bit. Ended up in a housing community that was called Locust Hills Trails, which I thought would be trails, walking trails, but it wasn't. It's just a living community. We then went to a different lake, back towards the cities. It was pitch black at this time. She had to go to the bathroom. We had to find a porta potty by the lake, and it was just a disaster, really, from the beginning. But she said yes, and she will do all the planning of date nights from now on.
Yeah, I would think that sounds so romantic, a porta potty.
Yeah, I just got to think ahead a little bit farther in advance.
That's a good one, and she's still with you after all that. That's a good sign.
After all that, she's still with me.
That's a very good sign. How about the fact that I'm going to go back to baseball here. 73 games in 2018. You've already pitched as we speak in 9. Do you get fatigued? Are you able to do this over and over and over, basically every other day?
Yeah, I think we've had a ton of off days in the first 15 games. I think we had 5 off days, so there's definitely some rest mixed in there. And yeah, hopefully my conditioning and my strength program and the rehab, the prehab, whatever, arm care that we do in the training room allows me to pitch in 70-plus games again this year. Our trainer, Matt Biancuzzo, dry needles me, which is local acupuncture kind of. And that is a career-saving treatment. So as long as we still got that guy around, I think I'll be okay.
Wow, acupuncture, excellent. All right, I love it. All right, here we go. We have a lightning round, and you would imagine that it would be fast, and it would be a number of questions, and we're going to start it off with your favorite baseball movie.
Sandlot.
If you weren't playing baseball, well, we already talked about this, you'd be a film critic, correct?
Yeah, hopefully. Something like that.
Okay. The worst pronunciation of your name that you have heard, not your first name, Hildenberger.
Oh. Whenever I do poorly, people always blow me up as the Hindenburg, like the blimp that blew up and killed hundreds of people, something I don't want to be associated with
No,
ever.
you don't want that. You don't want that. Okay, so what would be on the Hildenberger?
Fried egg, avocado, pepper jack cheese, maybe some sauteed mushrooms. Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
Okay, that comes with a free angioplasty, by the way. All right, your favorite road ballpark? We talked about that one. KC, other than the food and the size of the park, why do you like it?
It's got a nice bullpen. Tons of room to roam around. You got a good view of the game. Not every bullpen in the league, you can see the whole field. So Kansas City's nice.
Okay, which teammate has the best hidden talent?
Ooh. It used to be Joe, because Joe was good at everything.
Yeah.
He could literally pick up football, start juggling. He was
Annoying.
the most talented man I've
That's
ever met.
annoying.
Yeah. I can't think of one off the top of my head right
All
now.
right. Well, we don't have time to think, so we're going to move on. Who is the toughest out in baseball?
Probably Mookie Betts right now. I think I faced him. We faced him a ton in spring training. I think I faced him 6 or 7 times, and I've thrown 6 strikes, and he's barreled every single one. He hasn't fouled one off. He hasn't taken it. He hasn't swung and missed. He just barrels every pitch I throw. So, I'll go with Mookie.
He is special, no doubt. What show have you most recently watched or binge watched?
The Expanse on Sci-Fi Channel. For some reason, I'm really into sci-fi right now, and I'm in the middle of season 3 of The Expanse, and it's amazing.
Well, I'm going to check it out. I don't know it. And finally, your go-to karaoke song.
Ugh. Something hip-hop, something rap. Yeah. Something from the early 2000s when I was a young kid.
Okay. Next time you go, as we say goodbye, try the Sugar Hill Gang, the Rapper's Delight. That's from my childhood. Yeah, try that next time. Hey, Trevor, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me on.
We appreciate it. And stay healthy and good luck in 2019. You have a good team, man. You really do. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I'm Matt Yaloff. Thanks for taking part, and check us out on MLB.com. I'll see you next time.